Let's meet the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls in this series tied 3 games apiece. Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant in the front court. Michael Jordan is joined by Craig Hodges, who starts for John Paxson. Bill Cartwright at center. And the first-year head coach, Phil Jackson of the Chicago Bulls. And for the defending world champions, the Detroit Pistons, Dennis Rodman and James Edwards. Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer is the center. And the head coach in his 7th season, Chuck Daly. How nervous is he? Well, here, what Chuck Daly does to relax is about an hour before game time, he hosts his own local television show on our CBS affiliate here. That, of course, is Thomas Hearns on the left. And it might help Chuck just to get his mind off what's going to happen about 50 minutes later. The officials today, a good crew. Earl Strom, Jake O'Donnell, Joe Crawford. Game 7 from the Palace. Piston ball. Isaiah Thomas, who took special shooting coaching yesterday from Brendan Malone. He had a 5 for 17 night in Chicago on Friday night. And Craig Hodges will open up defensively on him. They go to James Edwards early. Too strong. Jordan with the rebound. And Jordan will, here's the pass inside to Cartwright. Isaiah. It's a 3-on-4. See if Thomas finds Edwards. Short. Nice job of blocking the shot by Horace Grant. Joe Dumars, Scottie Pippen guards him. Now Jordan's back for Bill Laimbeer. Bill Jackson said yesterday, conversation with us, that the Bulls might be able to win today with 95 points, but they won't win with 85. Isaiah Thomas comes out to get the pass from Dumars. Craig Hodges guards him. Thomas knifes in, too strong. Tip is good.
Well, certainly Game 7 always brings that out, but it has to wear off.
Here's Dumars in transition. No. Scottie Pippen brings it up the other direction.
Well, we talked about the dirty work, and it's the defense.
Hodges no good. Long rebound, Isaiah Thomas. Now the pace of the game picked up considerably. Dumars.
Kind of emphasizes the kind of play that's going on inside, particularly the rebounding aspect. Nearly clears the place out. He's also a smart passer. He's a good conduit for your offense to get the ball to other people. Scottie Pippen will get a rest because he's going to be needed somewhere down here for offense.
Michael Jordan cuts the margin to 3, 7-4, nearing the 8-minute mark of quarter number 1. Back it comes to Laimbeer. 3, no. Hodges. Neely had gotten loose down at the other end, but the Bulls will slow it up. Michael Jordan. And it's a 7-6 ball game. And Thomas hurried back. Hodges spots up for 3. No. Jackson said, I don't have any doubt that he can come back and have another hot streak today. So far it hasn't been there. Now Edwards.
And that's exactly what I was talking about.
No swelling, and he's just fine. Now Hodges at the point this time, and Jordan works the baseline. Hodges inside to Bill Cartwright. Kicks it back out to Craig Hodges. There's Hodges' first 2 of the game.
And the Pistons are giving up very easy post position inside.
Rebound by Grant. That's another one. Hodges for 3. Yes. So he has hit his last 2 baskets now.
Never took his eye off the ball and still maintained contact with his man.
Rodman playing with that injured left ankle, injured in Game 4. The game in which he had 20 points and 20 rebounds. Here's Dumars. Nice pump fake. Has to adjust the ball. And gets it to James Edwards. And the shot is not there. Now it's a little volleyball, and Edwards gets it. And Laimbeer open under the basket. Didn't see it. 5 of 18 shooting the ball now for the Detroit Pistons. Neither team has shot that well throughout this series. It's been a defensively oriented series. And here's Neely on the terrific pass.
And that's what I'm talking about. Sagging back, taking away the post up.
5 for 21 for Detroit. Not all that great for Chicago. They're now 7 of 19 themselves. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Both coaches were in agreement. Defensive intensity would tell the story of this game. Thomas. 14 on the shot clock. Just the slightest fraction of difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Armstrong. Spin move by Thomas. Doesn't get the roll. Well, it's a Piston pace, but Phil Jackson's still able to smile. His team has survived one, and they have the lead. That's the end of the first period. With our score, Chicago 19. The Detroit Pistons 17.
He can go to the basket, to the backboard pretty well, and particularly when he posts up and the ball goes away from him.
Now, when he came in last weekend, it surprised a lot of folks, and Bailey said, hey, I didn't like what I was getting out of my center position. There's the tying basket.
He can go to the basket, to the backboard pretty well, and particularly when he posts up and the ball goes away from him.
Now, when he came in last weekend, it surprised a lot of folks, and Bailey said, hey, I didn't like what I was getting out of my center position. There's the tying basket. And Mark Aguirre gets his first two of the ball game. Surprised to see him this early in Game 7?
Well, he is a big body, as I say. He will give, maybe bump up the lead a little bit.
Horace Grant had that go-ahead basket. Now Johnson, Isaiah Thomas. Thomas 1 of 4. They get to a 5.
Well, you got the master and you got the rookie.
Jordan, who rested the final 156 of the first quarter.
Michael Jordan. Well, Thomas is an oldie but goodie.
Raindrops will keep falling on your head. The title of the song he made famous a few years back.
You and I remember.
Do we ever? Mark Aguirre works hard for the shot. Gets it.
Absolutely, he worked hard.
Their goal, I guess, Len, was just to be within range at the end of 3 quarters, right?
Certainly, they want to show some resilience, take all the Piston runs, have a few of their own, but then hang around until the 4th quarter. Backing up, they still had the advantage. They're going to have to get a little smarter in situations like that. Or a little
isolation play now for Jordan. Turnaround jumper off the glass. No. Jordan is 3 out of 9. Here's a Grant steal. Vinnie Johnson took an elbow, and Jordan gets the rebound.
Johnson double teamed. His team leaves him alone. Hangs him out to dry.
Cartwright. No call. Blocked by Isaiah Thomas. Here's Dumars. And initially said Chicago ball. Strong said no. Aguirre touched it. Earl Strong, who will retire at the conclusion of this season. Under 7 minutes to go, first half. Long shot by Armstrong. Isaiah Thomas. John Sally. Trap on Jordan. Foul on Isaiah Thomas.
And the high acrobatic type of thing.
6.5 to go before halftime. Pippen, Jordan, Hodges, Grant, and Cartwright on the floor now for Chicago. There's the pick from Cartwright, but a good switch by Aguirre. Back it goes to Pippen for 3. No. Well, they hit 7 of 10 the other night. They've got only 1 today from 3-point range. At the other end, Isaiah Thomas.
On the Bulls offense, certainly no one on the backboard. The dirty work is not being done.
Cartwright blocked by Sally. A 9-0 run by Detroit. 11. Timeout, Chicago. moves and then passes it back to Cartwright. Hodges, no. Isaiah Thomas with another rebound. He's got 7. Aguirre.
Pushing it up the floor like that keeps the Bulls retreating, and then patience to wait for the trailers like Mark Aguirre to come down the lane. They can walk to the basket.
Hodges, Chicago ball. Matt, right now, they are at 30%, 12 of 40. And Jackson said we must shoot well. Thomas, 2 more.
Pretty close to 3 seconds.
Right well against Chicago. 10-point edge. Pistons on a good run now. 41-31. Hodges for 3. It still won't go. They're 1 of 8. They were 7 of 10 at home on Friday night from 3-point range.
Much better job of the Bulls in getting back in transition.
Aguirre. Loose ball, Aguirre again.
Jordan, after going behind his back, he didn't even really look. He tried to look off the defender, but Rodman would not be denied there. He's not going for that kind of fake anymore.
Double team on Aguirre as Grant comes out. Sally with 1 second on the shot clock. Clock at 16. 21,500 on their feet to bring this game to a halftime. Winner of this game, of course, gets the Portland Trail Blazers, the NBA Finals on CBS. It begins Tuesday night. Portland. Will Purdue back at the line, gets the free throw. Now the final 5 seconds. Got it, Rodman. That punctuates a pretty good period. As Detroit outscores Chicago by 17 points in quarter number 2. That's the end of the half with our score. Detroit 48, Chicago 33. Detroit Pistons hit 14 of 17 shots in the second quarter, 82%. They take a 15-point halftime lead. Right now, let's check in with Leslie Visser at the Chicago locker room.
Vern, Scottie Pippen spent some of the first half of the game with an ice bag on the back of his neck. The reason for this was that yesterday he was suffering from migraine headaches. Today, with all the excitement and the adrenaline early on in the game, it was causing his vision to blur. Now, trainer Mark Feil said they're going to keep the ice bag on it. His vision got steadily better during the game, and they think he'll be okay. Vern?
In quarter number 2, Chicago, their 33 first half points, lowest of any team in the playoffs this year. And they were fighting formidable odds playing on the road in this Game 7, coming in because the last 10 games that have gone to a Game 7 in the NBA playoffs have been won by the home team. But Jordan opens up the second half.
What Detroit did in the second quarter, they shot 82%, 14 of 17 in the second quarter. Most of those layups off the turnovers and missed shots by Chicago.
Thomas to Rodman. 15-point margin. Jordan kicks it out to Hodges. Taken away by Isaiah Thomas.
And frankly, Vern, with Paxson out of the game, his absence really looms large. Hodges not able to hit the shot. That's his role. Paxson would have some better...
Basket underneath off the pass from Thomas. 7 on the road. The 76ers in 1982. Here's Hodges, who is now 1 of 8. 1 of 8 from three-point range. He was 4 of 4 the other night. Well, he's a streak shooter, as Phil Jackson said, but he's in a bad streak right now. Isaiah Thomas. Timeout, Chicago. Chuck Daly likes what he's seen in the first part of the second half. Conclusion of this game, if Detroit wins, they'll begin here tonight around 1 o'clock Eastern Time. The Trailblazers and the Pistons, two of the NBA teams that do fly chartered aircraft. Here's Michael Jordan from the baseline.
And when we talked about getting...
Conclusion of this game, if Detroit wins, they'll begin here tonight around 1 o'clock Eastern Time. The Trailblazers and the Pistons, two of the NBA teams that do fly chartered aircraft. Here's Michael Jordan from the baseline.
And when we talked about getting Michael Jordan at different parts of the floor to utilize his attack from those areas, you need someone who's going to be able to start the play. Craig Hodges' job is to do that.
Isaiah Thomas. Back to Lambeer. Right now, let's check in with Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Vernon, the last time out the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan had his own team meeting on the floor. The coaches had their own meeting, two separate meetings. Jordan saying, hey, we are not out of this thing yet. I've never seen him so animated in a huddle. Back to you guys.
All right, Pat, he may have memories of the Detroit comeback back in Chicago when they were down by 19 and cut it to 3 on Memorial Day weekend. Now, they wound up losing that game, but they got right back in it. Here's Isaiah Thomas.
But the Pistons have the feeling right now they've generated an outside game.
Shot too strong off the glass. Another Piston rebound. It's Hodges, Cartwright, Grant, Pippen, and Jordan for Chicago. Isaiah Thomas for 3. Pippen chases down the long rebound. Jordan goes by Dumars and Rodman. Dennis Rodman got him with a knee in the thigh. Horace Grant throws it right into the hands of Lambeer. And then does chase down the long rebound after Isaiah Thomas misses the three-pointer. Jordan goes by Dumars. Over Edwards, 2 more. Michael now 8 of 16. And he's got 18 points. But the lead is 20. It was a 23-6 run early in the second quarter to the end of the half that gave the Pistons this cushion. Isaiah Thomas. Buzzer went off, but the shot was released before the 24-second clock. Pippen is 1 of 5 from the field. 1 of 6. Grant is 2 of 11. 2 of 12. And the putback is good. The shot, that includes the other night when he broke out of a slump because he had been 1 of 13. Jordan. Nice soft bounce. Here's Michael Jordan with 20 points now. He's almost at the point where he's got to take it upon himself, doesn't he?
Well, he does, but
when he talked to Isaiah this morning, he said they've got the hunger. They meaning Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, but we've got the wisdom. We've been here before.
Well, certainly that makes the difference.
Hodges stays with Rodman and the switch. Isaiah Thomas, no. Jordan with the rebound. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Hodges for 3. Oh boy, big basket for the Bulls. His first foul of the game, by the way. 1:38 remaining. B.J. Armstrong on now, late getting the Lambeer, who hits the shot, and they have the mismatch. Jordan thinks about a 3, but Vinnie Johnson comes out. Johnson on the court now for Detroit. Underneath, there's the thing he sees right there. Perfect example. Well, 41 seconds, quarter number 3. The Pistons were up by 22 at 61-39. The Bulls have cut that margin to 10. Edwards dunks the ball. 56 at quarter number 1. 10-point margin, 59-69. Detroit on top. They led by 15 at the half, using a 23-6 explosion in the second quarter. Here's Edwards, trapped by Neely. Double team, leaves Sally open. Rodman for the rebound, but it's on the floor. And And the quarter ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the third quarter.
Well, the Bulls cut 5 from the margin. That's the end of the third period with our score. Detroit 69, Chicago 59.
Really looking up court, even though he's handling the ball.
19 points by Isaiah Thomas. Here's Aguirre, who's come in the fourth quarter, and Mark Aguirre now has 12 points off the bench. Got King and Aguirre. Jordan on Johnson, who finds Dennis Rodman.
And on the other end, capitalize on the layups, which the Bulls have missed.
This is what Chuck Daly wanted. The first 4 points of the quarter belonged to Detroit. And now Jordan had even more problems. He said they fly a private plane. There's B.J. Armstrong at the other end. Nope. Mark Aguirre for Detroit. When they went to the airport to get on their private plane to come home, a fuel truck backed into the nose of it. $25,000 damage. They didn't get home till 2:30 in the morning. Here's Johnson. He's all right. The plane's all right. If they win, they'll use it in the NBA Finals.
You got to wonder if the driver of that truck took his Bulls hat off before they realized what was going on.
30 miles north of downtown Detroit, where the Pistons playing their first game, number 7 at home. Michael Jordan count the basket, and he will shoot a free throw.
Here, Michael Jordan takes advantage of it. Again, getting pushed off the block where he'd rather be. But this time, he takes the whole interior defense of the Pistons to the basket. Another look, the same thing. It's more quickness than anything else. But those are the things that they have to do. Take the ball into the paint. You can't.
Rodman. Limping as he heads back down the court. Grant. Horace Grant gets his 3rd basket from the field in the ball game.
They're executing the way they have to down the stretch to keep this lead.
Jordan. Fakes left, goes right to the baseline, misses the shot. Hodges saves it. Pippen spots up for 3, passes on the shot, and comes inside. Grant with the putback. Another offensive rebound. Neely back to Jordan with a fresh 24.
You're looking at a team right now fighting for their lives, and they're scratching and clawing.
Rodman playing with that bad left ankle. 5:13 to go in the ball game. Thomas, Lambier. 5 minutes to go. Lead back to 14. Dumars and Jordan. More magic from Michael. Isaiah Thomas with 7 assists to go with 7 rebounds and 21 points. Has the ball now. Jordan out on him. Thomas drives left and Jordan strips the ball. But Sally gets it back and puts it in.
Again, it's the dirty work. No one getting on the floor for the loose ball. Detroit wants it more at this point.
Neely. Pippen passes inside. Lambier knocks it away. 4:10 to go. That has them on their feet everywhere except the Bulls bench. Aguirre, Lambier, Pippen, and Craig Hodges for the Bulls. Chuck Daly counters with Mark Aguirre, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Lambier, and John Sally. Isolation play for Jordan. And Isaiah Thomas ties him up.
We take a look now on a clear out. Michael Jordan appears to have Joe Dumars beat. But Isaiah Thomas totally leads B.J. Armstrong, recognizing that Michael Jordan may try to do it on his own.
In control of this ball game.
And certainly plays like that, the ability to penetrate and find people, more so than scoring. The reason why Isaiah Thomas has been the leader of this team.
Chases it down and tries to find Scottie Pippen, who had left. Here's Isaiah.
The plays of the Bulls right now are plays of desperation. You know, they have already sensed it slipping away, and guys are trying to do more than they're capable of doing. And that includes Michael Jordan.
9 rebounds and 15 points off the bench. Big effort. Joining his high school friend from Chicago, Isaiah Thomas, on that assist, and Magic Johnson is here to appreciate all this. He's the third close friend in that bunch. Timeout, Bulls, with 2:03 to go.
Stay his eyes as he licks his lips in anticipation, telling John Sally it's time for you to take off in the backdoor situation. No words spoken. These guys recognize what it takes to win.
Horace Grant, Ed Neely, Michael Jordan. Not there from the corner. That's for three. Nope. Davis gets two. At the conclusion of our game, Lenny Elmore and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. Well, more teams in the NBA may be going to private aircraft. The two teams in the finals both fly on charters. As a matter of fact, Steve Jones, a friend of ours who used to play for Portland and does their radio commentary and some television work, there's Armstrong for 2 points, said that he thinks the acquisition of that private plane, Lenny, was one of the most important things in Portland's successful season.
Well, certainly, speaking to people around the league, they attest to the fact that in games, back-to-back game situations, you can pick up 5 or 6 wins by being able to get to a town early enough to get your players rested.
All you got to do is keep fuel truck drivers from backing into the nose of your airplane. Final minute, Mark Aguirre. Travel. Lambeer out. Thomas out.
Well, the Pistons have moved on, but you really got a feel for this man right here. I mean, playing his heart out, but he recognizes that his team, even though it's one game better, they took the Pistons to a 7th game this year, they still didn't bridge that gap. And that is putting them in the upper echelon of teams that wind up playing at the end of the season. You know, they've bounced back a lot during this series. Usually the Pistons have you down and grab you by the throat. But this time, in this game, the Pistons didn't let go, and the Bulls just couldn't wriggle out of it.
With the shot clock down to 1, Mark Aguirre brings it back outside. Well, Phil Jackson said yes, this will be considered a successful season for the Bulls. They went 1 game farther. For the Pistons, nothing but another world championship will do. And they, the Detroit Pistons, will meet the Portland Trail Blazers in the best of 7 beginning Tuesday night on CBS. This stifling Detroit Piston defense holds the Chicago Bulls to 28 of 90, 31%. But Michael Jordan had 31, and he's with Pat O'Brien.
Right. Vern, Michael Jordan here in the midst of the celebration. What are you saying to the other players, Mike?
All you can do is wish them good luck. I mean, we fought hard. They were the better team. We went to a 7-game series. What more can we ask for? We want to be where they are, but we still got to win our turn. We're still trying to improve our team. They were the better team, and they played better today.
What's your emotion now, Michael? Sadness, frustration?
Sadly, I'm disappointed, because I wanted to go further. But I got to accept the season that we played. We had a good season. We got this far. We got to look forward to next season. That's the only thing we can do.
Gave it a hell of a run.
Thank you.
Vern?
Indeed he did. 31 points to lead the Bulls. That's just 1 below his series average. And in the locker room, Mark Aguirre. Bill Lambeer. And our Miller Lite player of the game, Isaiah Thomas, tonight with 21 points, 7 of 17. He had 7 rebounds, 8 assists. And on his behalf, Miller Lite will donate $1,000 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Isaiah Thomas with his best game at home in this series.